This is where I developed into the person I am today.
So this is the spawning area of Ram.
Area, yeah.
Look at that moustache. Look at it. Over the last year, I had the amazing experience of visiting James & James Fulfillment twice, and what you're about to witness is what we saw upon our first visit.
If you saw a sunstone lying on the ground, because it's so...
Shh. It's been 20 months since the initial release of the Kickstarter, and we have went from so simple a beginning to endless forms of linen. And with that, we are finally at the last hurdle of Debunked. All Kickstarter orders have been dispatched by James & James, and indeed many backers have already played a game or two. It's been one hell of a ride, my fellow apes, and I personally think it's fair to conclude that COVID was God's way of trying to prevent the release of the game.
Release the plague, Jeffrey.
Or perhaps, maybe, potentially, that's a false cause fallacy. Anyhow, on this final stretch, the Fulfillment Centre James & James were kind enough to give us a grand tour, and without further delay, here's the very impressive process.
We ask you to tell us exactly how many SKUs and exactly how many units you're sending in. What we do then is we scan that ASN, which relates to a consignment. When the operator books in a consignment, they book in what they physically have. So when we come to close the consignment, the system already knows what should be there, but because the operator books in what they physically have, then we can see any discrepancies straight away. Yeah. We then obviously find out, problem solve, make sure everything's good before it goes in the film centre. If there is any problems, then we'll hold it in. And then the problem solving team will then put it aside and kind of liaise with you guys, the manufacturers, and just make sure everything is good.
Really good. Really good.
Yeah, so this is basically, the way we charge is volumetric.
Yeah.
So we'll charge you for the exact amount of space you're using in the fulfillment centre rather than just saying that here's a shelf or here's a box. So the way we do it is we take one of your products and we'll, our gentleman.
Oh, here we go, demonstration. Look at this.
So we're going to search for the barcode. So imagine this is the first time your products come in.
Yep.
Because we've already uploaded the barcodes onto a control port, this relates to this product. And now it's not set up. So if we come a bit closer, you can see that there's no picture, it's not set up. So now the gentleman will go to scan.
Oh, nice.
So he clicks edit, places it onto the machine, and then the infrared lasers will then measure the product.
Wow, that's...
And it'll capture all that information in there.
That's real quick.
Now we know the exact width, depth, height and weight of that product. And that's where the fail-safes come in place. So when it comes to the packing desk, we know that that product weighs 98 grams. So if the overall parcel weighs, 20 grams, we know there's something missing in there. Order checker will put it aside and then investigate.
That's brilliant. That's a cool machine.
It's really good.
Really cool.
When you have, let's say, 1,000 units of those, we know exactly how much space that's taking. So here's an example of what the picker is. Okay?
Yep.
So you've got SH40. Once this is the location, you've got the stop, you've got the next stop, and the idea is that the pick location will always start in the packing area, will snake its way around and always finish at the centre of the film centre. So let's go to SH40, so we've got 38 and we've got 40 over here.
That's so cool.
Sorry, I'm just going to push up
Make sure you get ramen.
So we've got SH40. Now the idea is, if I scan the wrong barcode, it won't let me go through. I can...
So it only lets you scan the thing that you're looking for?
Yeah.
That's smart.
I believe this is it, but let's try and scan something else. Again, it's one
That's so cool. That's clever.
So there is no mispicks.
I am easily impressed, but that's not. That's really cool.
Oh, and then it goes to your next stop.
And now it says go to the next one, and it tells you how many stops you've got as well.
Oh, Oh, so you can count down until you're
Yeah, exactly.
That's so good.
brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Perfect. We'll scan the trolley number. The system knows what order's on the trolley number, and it'll ask her to scan an item. So she'll scan an item,
that's great.
and then it will say take 1 unit. So she's taken the insert. Yeah. And then it will say scan a packaging. So we will scan a packaging that we'll put them in. Usually it's operator's judgment, but if there's a specific requirement, you want boxes, no polys, there'll be a packaging instruction that will display here. And then once they pack everything in, she will then place it on the scale. So then again, the fail-safe to make sure the products are all matching the weights. And then we'll print out a packing slip. She'll fold it, place it into the system, into the package, scan it on the system, and then she'll finally tape it up. Yeah, there you go. And into the bin it goes.
That's
Now
smart.
that's in the system. This is what we call secondary labelling.
Okay.
And once they've already been labelled, we'll scan the label again just to make sure that the right service has been chosen. So I mentioned before with Stephen, once we scan the weight and the size of dimensions, the system knows the most cost-effective route to send the parcel in. So it's got 10 maybe services, and it will say, right, it's the cheapest, send it by here. But if we've made an error or you've changed something, we'll scan it again just to make sure. If there is something that needs to be changed, like here, it'll print off something. There you go.
Wow.
And she'll place it on the top, and
So-
then she'll know where to put it into.
So that's given a faster route, essentially.
Yeah. And it's printed off all the custom forms as well.
Wow.
Which services are these? The Royal Mail?
Here we have the map.
Oh,
It's
brilliant.
International Europe.
Yeah.
It's that one. First class large letter.
Yeah.
It's USA. Then it's 2 large letter, and then it's international truck.
Yeah, that's pretty much dispatch, and then once that's done, they'll collect at 5-6 o'clock, and it'll be on to your customers.
Wow.
Yeah.
How damn cool was that, right? What an elegantly precise, quick, and fail-proof process. In fact, and as already said, all Kickstarter games have been dispatched, and many around the world have already hitch-slapped a friend or two. But what of the rest of you, I hear you say? Well, here goes that last hurdle.
Good news, everyone!
As of this very moment, Debunked is officially released. However, and to be upfront, we only have so many games left over, but know that we'll immediately buy some more as soon as we have the funds, and so hopefully we'll replenish the stock within a couple of months or so. Finally, I just want to earnestly and sincerely thank everyone who's invested in Debunked, and in doing so exercised commendable patience. It's very important to me that you know how eternally grateful I am. I also want to lovingly and graciously thank my father, who is sadly no longer with us. At the age of just 52, he died of COVID, courtesy of cancer. Knowing that there was nothing I could do to save him, I harnessed all of my energy, effort and frustration into making Debunked the best game I possibly could. I couldn't fix my father, but I could fix my game, and fix it, I did. We have all created a game that I am extremely proud of. From the endless hours of playtesting it with Reese, Richard and Hannah, to the breathtaking linen quality produced by the amazing Ad Magic,
Jesus Christ, it's linen.
to the sublime fulfillment services of James and James, Debunked is everything I dreamt of and more. We did it. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for investing in me and my vision. Now with the final hurdle behind us, get out there and debunk.